Hello, hello, hello. Hi, Sheila. Troy, Sheila says hi. He's already over here trying to look around the light. Hi, Lynn. Hi, Beth. Beth, how are you? How's everyone doing? Hi, Linda. Hello, Mr. Troy, says Miss Linda. Oh, he's getting into something now. He's probably looking for his tablet so he can do some streaming of his own. Hi, Sue. Hi, Kimberly. Kimberly says hello. Miss Susan says hello. Same, Beth. I'm sorry. Tired. Miss Beth says hello. Everybody says hello, Troy. So, I do see, hi Carol, I do see that there are a couple of you over on Terry's Crafty Creations. I do stream in 3 different locations. I stream on Terry Lightsy, Terry's Crafty Creations, and then my YouTube channel. So if for some reason you're thinking you're missing chat, it's probably because they're over on the Terry Lightsy channel or vice versa. So if you want to get in on chat, feel free to, go over to one of the other ones. It's fine. So today we are going to get back into some just how-to, some 101s. Hi, Leona. Lynn says hello, Mr. Troy. So, yeah, he's digging for something. So he's trying to pull, I bet you it's his tablet. So if you were here with me on, I'm so lost on days because I've been on so much. On Monday, we went over all of the crackles. Thank you, Leona. So I will put this up while I'm talking. So we went through almost every crackle there is. The only crackle that I didn't go through was the colored crackle, but that's the same concept as with the black and white paste. Hi, Miriam. So, the step 1, step 2, it's the same process. The only thing different with those were they're in colors, like the blue, the pink, the brown. So, I don't think we need to cover that. So today, though, I wanted to, well, I'll give you guys options, obviously, but I have a bunch of stuff out here. I have, oh, Lord, I have dipping paint, pouring glaze, vintage effect, mirror mist, expand paste. I have the chrome powders. I have the flakes. I have clay. I have the transfers. So I guess we'll just start playing and see what we do. I wanted to show you some cool things because, I think sometimes when we think of clay, we think clay only has to be used in molds. That is not the case. Clay can also be used for sculpting things, right? I mean, that's how we know clay to be from back in that time. Oh, my goodness. Hold on 1 second. I, of course, ordered Instacart for some drinks, some water and stuff, and I knew it was going to come right when I started. So, hi, Miss Wanda. Thank you, Beth. So, I wanted to show you, this is rice paper. This gal, it's a Stamperia rice paper. Hi, Kelly Cat. And if you can see her ruffles, that's all clay work. I made each individual ruffle. Trevor to the rescue. So I made each individual ruffle, and her dress on the rice paper, it made that form, so I just followed that form. The rice paper ends right here, and so I just, in her flower there. Hi, Carol. Thank you, Sue. Hi, Lorelei. So her flower is also clay. So don't limit yourself to just thinking clay is just for molds, okay? So this one as well. So her dress was a big full dress. This again is rice paper. The rice paper ends right around her. We did some stencil texture, but as you can see, her ruffles are all clay, and I've done each individual one and glued it on. You know, they're probably like, once I ruffle it, it's probably about 4 inches, and then it comes down to maybe 1, and I've glued them all on here. So don't limit yourself. Play with clay. I've also done an umbrella that I can grab if you want to see it, but now Onyx is barking. No, it didn't take forever to dry. Nope, not at all. And then I also mixed clay. Here's another one. I mixed clay in with some cheesecloth and used that with the texture of the cheesecloth. And so here's another one where clay isn't the main focus. Thank you, Lorelei. Clay isn't the main focus like the dresses are, but clay is in this to help it, to help with the forms. So if you could see the texture on that, so there is, you know, so there's a lot that, you know, you could do with the clay. Let me grab this. Thank you, sweet Kelly. Let me grab this umbrella, because this umbrella is all clay. Whoops, I just knocked down something. This umbrella is all clay, whereas to the other one, I started out with some rice paper. This actually is all clay. This was a class that I took with Yvetta, but as you can see, we sculpted this whole umbrella. So the umbrella is all clay. The dots, everything on here, we sculpted this butterfly. That's all clay. There's nothing but clay holding up this butterfly. That is not a mold, okay? That is hand done. So you can see we got height on that. We let that dry overnight. We did use mold trim for around the sides. Hey, Shelly Stacklin. Okay, so I just, you know, I was thinking about it, and I was like, you know, I think when we think of clay, we think clay is for molding. It's just to put in these molds, these beautiful molds. That's not it, okay? So just, if you're missing something, or if you want to embellish something, and you can't find the perfect mold, don't forget you have clay, and you can very well sculpt things yourself. And you don't have to be a master sculptor or anything like that. We all have imaginations. I mean, what can happen? You could try it. It doesn't work. Try it again, right? I mean, the first time I tried to make ruffles, it didn't work. But I did it and then did it again. So let me switch cameras. Let me put this one on here. Let me take that ticker off too. Sorry. All right. So, wrong one. Okay. So once again, I'll show you underneath that. That's all clay. And then what I did was I used a spray, some of the, like, I think I used Stamperias on this. Hi, Marcia. And I just sprayed it with some of the metallics so that it went all the way in there. So if you're wondering how to paint it, again, don't limit yourself. So, and then we just did crackle and blended out the paper on these. So I just wanted to show you those because I know that some of you have really started getting into playing with clay and enjoy the molds and stuff. But I just wanted to show you, you know, there's so many other things that you can do. So, all right. So, I don't know what you guys might be interested in seeing today, but I did pull out all of the chrome powders. and dipping paint. So we have the mirror mist out here. We have all of the flakes out here. I won't put them all on my desk. We could do resin. Thank you. I even have these lovely transfers, the express transfer, image transfer, and the pin transfer. I can show you some clay work if you want to look at some clay work and some tips and tricks and some molds. I pulled out some molds and some different clays. I don't understand the dipping paint, have the mirror mist and love it. Yeah, the mirror mist is fun. Especially love mirror mist during Christmas time and in the baubles. I love the mirror mist in the baubles. So, hi Amanda. I'm well. How are you? So, is there anything that we want to do first? I have the pour and glaze. I have the expand paste. You know, if you ever go look at the website and you're like, oh my goodness, I want to know something about this or that, this is the time to ask, because I can pull it out because I probably have it. I can pull it out and I can show you and we can do some examples. So if you're not understanding how the dipping paint works, and that's the only thing that I've seen with the question so far, Marcia, let's look at the dipping paint. Okay. Just in case you are interested in the mirror mist and already know about the mirror mist, though, be careful because the mirror mist does come in plastic and in glass. Okay, so the glass is the blue and the plastic is kind of the teal color. Okay, so just make sure you're getting the right one for whatever you're using on your project if you're going to play with the mirror mist. Okay, so glass, plastic. Okay. What is special about the dipping paint? How is it different from other paints? Okay, there's a lot of misconceptions about the dipping paint and the chrome powder. Okay, people think that you can't use the chrome powder unless you use the dipping paint. People think that you've got to use the chrome powder only on a certain type of surface, whether it be glossy or matte. That's not true. Okay, that's not it. Oh, thank you, Jessie, for the stars. She said, hi, Jessie. Amazing, sweet person you. You don't have to do that, but I really do appreciate it. So last night, just in case somebody was interested, I went ahead and dipped this frame. So this frame was the other side to this emblem molds. Okay, we'll look at those other ones after, the transfer, pour and glaze, and what is mirror mist. We can definitely look at that. So the Pentart dipping paint, that's what's in here. I have put it in another container because obviously the mouth of this is very small. So if you're trying to dip anything other than this size, it's not going to work. So this obviously has a bigger mouth, so this as well is the same thing. It's just the dipping paint in a different container. Okay, so I have done this in black resin, but believe it or not, I did dip it. And what happens is I put this little metal rod through here. I put it in the dipping paint and then I hung it overnight just like this. Troy, can you turn it down, please, son? Turn it down. Thank you. Going the wrong way, Goofy. Now, the dipping paint is self-leveling, and it's recommended that you do let it dry naturally. Everybody says hi, Troy, Marcia, and Sue. Now, the dipping paint will give you this gloss, okay, this glossy finish. Do you need the dipping paint in order for the chrome powders to work? No. If you're looking for this effect of it being like a glaze gloss, okay, you can. Is it necessary? No, not necessary. Not to use the chrome powders, which are kind of marketed together. It's fun to play with, but it's not needed to make these chrome powders work. Okay, so why would you use the dipping paint? Just for the effect of having the finish of it. It's a very smooth, coated finish. But once you put on the chrome powders, it's, you know, you're not going to see too much of that dipping paint. So again, it's up to you. This has not been dipped. This is just the black Alumilite resin, and you probably wouldn't be able to tell unless I told you. I mean, there's a little bit of a gloss on this one, which is how we can tell, but other than that, it's not necessary to have the dipping paint. It's just a fun product if you want to use it, but it's not necessary. So I'm actually going to set this aside. All right. So in order for the chrome powders to work, it is key that you have, Troy, I need you to turn that down, son. I know you think it's funny, baby, but you need to turn it down. In order for the chrome powders to work, you do need a clear wax, okay? How is chrome powder different from other mica powders? I'm aware that different companies market, where did it go? Their micas with different names. Mica powders and chrome powders, the pigments are just different. The intensity of the pigments are different. How they work is a little different. We can try using some of the mica powders with wax and see the difference, but the chrome powders work with the wax paste and they give you a different finish, right? The mica powders have, whether it be a metallic finish, or I know he does. He thinks it's hilarious. I came to YouTube because I don't think I have just the Terry Lightsey page was on the other Facebook page. Okay, Carol. Sue can probably give you the link if you'd like it. But I have a bunch of the micas that I can pull out as well. If we want to, you know, look at the micas as compared to the chromes. But again, it's just the finishing. The mica powders in with like the transfer gel. It can be mixed in with the pigment powder, the pigment fix. This one, it can be mixed in with just about any of your, you know, transparent mediums. So he is turning it up, looking at me and smiling while he's turning it up. Yeah, he enjoys it. I know, I see you. So the chrome powder is not going to work unless you have a wax. And if you put too much wax, it's not going to work. Okay? The key to the wax and the chrome powders is a very small amount. All right? And I use, you can get these on Amazon. You can get the old style eyeshadow brushes, which are, you know, we know what those all look like. We probably even have some of them. What are you trying to look for, Mom? Are you trying to watch me? There you go. And then I actually like these. These are just sponge tip applicators, and you get a pack of these that come in all different sizes. They come in that large. They come in, you know, that one. I think those are the two that I use the most. Then they have like the little pointed and such. Oh, because you're not connected to the internet, love. There you go. Okay, so you can actually paint this with a black paint. Now I say black because it's better if you, so you can't mix chrome powders with gel, paste, etc. I have never tried it. We can try it. That's not what I use the chrome powders for. There's a very small amount of the chrome powders that you get, so I wouldn't use that for that purpose. That's what the mica powders are more for. You get more of the mica powders to do the mixing and all of that. You'll see when you open these up that there's very little. So that's not, I mean, I wouldn't do it. We can try it and see how it works with the pigment fix, but I wouldn't do it. Okay, so it doesn't need to be a gloss. It doesn't need to be it will work better if it's black. Okay, you can use an acrylic paint. You can use a gesso. Okay, so this is the one that has the dipping paint on here. So this is already has a coat and it's ready to go. So we will take a little bit of the transparent wax. I gotcha. Yeah, and that's the thing, right, Marcia, is it's like, oh, you need this and you need that and get this and the latest and the greatest. And so, yes, it is a great, thing to figure out, like, I probably have something that would work with that. And in most cases we do, but for chrome powders, if we open these up, you will see that, so the amount of product that you get for a chrome powder as opposed to what you get in a pigment, right? So, you know what I mean? So I would rather mix this in with my mediums if that's what I wanted to do. Can you tell us what the true definition of gesso is? So we know gesso to be your priming, what your first layer down is, your primer. So when artists are painting and when they are using their canvas, they will usually gesso their canvas. They'll use a white gesso, a black gesso, or a clear gesso. So in essence, it's like your first step, like a primer. So a lot of times, though, people will use their gesso and then just, that'll be what they use for their black paint. You'll also see people put white gesso like on their box and then paint again, because it's almost your first step. It's getting the whatever it is you're doing, the box, the book, the canvas, ready to take the paint. It grabs onto things. So you use your gesso for that grit, for that hold, to grab onto your products, if that makes sense. So that's why there is, like, Pentart has an acrylic primer and then the primer paste gesso. This one's thinner, this one's thicker, obviously paste, but it is the primer. It's the first step. So you're priming your project to continue. Gesso can be thought of as the bridge between your support canvas, board, or whatever you paint and the paint. Yeah. You'll see that this step is skipped a lot. And I think that's where the confusion happens, is because it's like, well, they're not priming, why do I? It's just, this should be your first step. This should always be your first step. That's why even when I am doing like a bonding primer, I will still paint over it, because it doesn't, that's not that's my first step, the primer. So you want to think of gesso as your primer, your first step, and then you move on. Gesso gives your products an even base color and stops paint from absorbing into your base medium. Limited to certain surfaces only. Not really, Kelly Cat. Not really. Best practice is to always prime first. Always prime first. Yeah, so so many products and definitely not real cheap. So if we can use product for multiple things, much better. Absolutely. And it's always great to have the latest and greatest, and you know, and then there's new releases and new this and new that, and oh, I need. We're trying to do some things with the group that Yvette and I have, so that way it's not always needing things. Whether it be we can share things and or post something that we have, and maybe if somebody else needs it and they have something that we want to try, maybe we can do a swap or something like that. Because although we love, you know, all the latest and greatest things, it's not always necessary. And then sometimes some of us get the latest and greatest things and we don't use it, but we want to pass it on to somebody else. So we're thinking of things to do within that group, so that way we can figure out how to bridge that gap a little bit. Of course. Hi, Helen. Okay, so, wow, no. I will save all of that. No. So we are going to go ahead and once I get this up, we are going to go ahead and do a little bit of the chrome powder on the dipping paint. And then we'll do the chrome powder on the one that is not dipped, okay? But we will prime that one first. So while I am doing that, let's just grab, so this is Pabeo Black Gesso, one of my favorite gessos in black. And I love it because of the top. Oh, I say need, but it's a lot of wants. Yeah, it is. I'm scared that this is going to pop in my face if I open it. So hold on a minute. All right. So I love the Pabeo because it has a little flip top. And it can just kind of pour it out. All right, so while we are waiting for, or while we're doing the dipping, the one that is dipped, let's paint this one really quickly. So the heart is the one that is just the black resin, and this was a quick cure, the Illumilite quick cure, but in black. Okay, so we'll do really quick, and again, these were the Emlems molds, very cute little heart and oval frame. Pennies are limited, so purchases have been thought through carefully. Yes. But I think it would just be a really great thing, you know, to be able to, you know, help each other use things, help each other, you know, with stuff that's sitting and could be used by others, or, you know, just something that, just to bridge that gap of, you know, spending so much money on product at the end of the day, right? I can't see you. Okay, so I'm going to move that up there and let that dry. So again, I'm not doing anything with that because I'm gonna just use it. That's why. Waste not, want not. Okay, so before we do anything with putting chrome powders on the base, we need to do some transparent wax, okay? Now, the key to this is very little wax. I mean, this is going to last me a long time. I'm literally just taking this and dipping, just pressing it in there. I'm not digging in there and trying to smother it on there, okay? I'm just pressing it on there. And now I'm just going to move it around on this. This is what the chrome powder is going to stick to, all right? If you've noticed that you've missed a spot once you get the chrome powder down, I'm just going to use this one instead so I can use that point. All you have to do is just go back over it. It's not a big deal. It's not like, oh man, I missed that spot and now I can't do it, you know? So see where it's, because it's so intricate, it's got a lot of grooves, a lot of is sitting in there. The wax, I've got to move it. I've had a lot of people tell me, well, it doesn't work for me. I don't know what it is, because the chrome powder needs something to stick to. So and I told them most of the time it's going to be because you've used too much wax. All right, so we've got a layer of this down. Okay. Now what we'll do is grab the chrome pigment in gold. For thick white gesso, I use Grumbacher 16-ounce container. All right, and then look at that. Hold on, let me zoom you guys in. Look at this. Isn't that beautiful? So now I like that the black is underneath like that and that it's not going to get into every little crevice of it, because that's already going to take care of your like your shadows, right? I know, right? Isn't that amazing? And as you can tell, I just took that little bit that was on my desk, and I mean, this part right here never gets old. Never. Okay? There you go. Look at that. Look, it just looks already, because of that black, the dipping underneath, but even besides the fact that it was dipped, just the black underneath, doesn't that look like already like an antique? I mean, it's just absolutely gorgeous. I love it. All right, so now we are going to grab all of this. It's been primed. That's it with gesso, right? Just black gesso. It's matte. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing. We're going to get a little bit of our transparent wax. Let's get another color. Do you guys want to see anything? So let me turn these over. The reason why these aren't turned over is because these are chameleons. So basically they change colors, right? So We can do that blue, or if you guys want to see one of the chameleons, we can do maybe half and half. We'll do half the heart with a color and then half the heart with a chameleon. So let's do that. So now, again, very little product. Okay, we're just pressing it in there. And again, this is just primed with the black Pebeo gesso. It's matte. What's wrong, son? Why do you keep turning your Wi-Fi off, love bug? That's why it's not working for you. Okay, and then we're just going to get this and put this on all the way around the heart. Get it into these little areas. Yeah, I see that you got your earbuds. I know. All right. Wow. All right. Good enough. Let's make sure we got the top. Now, let's put the gold back in there. And let's grab another color. Grab some more of these. Troy, I'm not sure, son. Here. Okay. I'm going to close this one up. So let's use the blue, maybe. We'll use, this one is called King Blue. Okay. Try not to spill that one, Terry. All right, let's bring you guys in. There we go. And I'm just going to press into that King Blue. Press it into the cap just so that it's not, you know, because it is just a powder. Just want to make sure it's on there. And then, oh. Gorgeous, gorgeous, I tell ya. Press in here again. Look at that. I mean, that is just so satisfying. Sorry, Beth, I didn't see you say red. We could do red on the other side. You see that? Oh my God, I love this blue too. Are you wanting a pudding? There you go, babe. Get a, you got to get a spoon for mom. Okay, do you want me to do the red? The red is ruby, or would you like to see one of these? We have Midnight Ocean. These are just doubles. We have Rainforest, which if you can see here, it's got like a, I guess it's a teal purple transition. Midnight Ocean, which is a blue purple transition. And God, I hate saying this one. Is it Scribius, which is kind of like a green, dark green. Yes, you do have to put a sealer over it. I hate using spray anything. I work in a small area. What? Did I miss? I don't even see Kelly Cat's comment. I'm in love with that blue now, but the ruby is my birthstone. Okay, so do you guys want to see the ruby then? All right, so ruby, this is ruby. Ruby's a beautiful color too. Look at that. So we already have the wax on this side. I did the wax, a small layer of the wax on the whole thing. So let's press into, and I always use the lid just to press, you know, press it so that it's on there. Are you ready? Ooh, we've got Kind of like the flag, 4th of July colors going on. I mean, they are just, you know, they're gorgeous. Look at that. Oh, she uses spray primer. Yeah, I think they like that Zinsser primer, the white Zinsser. Look at that. So cool. Bazinga. Isn't it pretty? It's so pretty. So this was, as you can see, so this was the gold that was dipped. This was just the matte gessoed. And you can see, is it necessary to have the dipping? Probably not, right? Probably not. I mean, you can get the same effect with gesso, black paint. All right. Now, you do need to seal this. What I like to do so that I don't move stuff around is I just like taking my Pentart varnish mist, the semi-gloss, and then I just spritz it. You can use a solvent-based varnish as well. Again, that's very, very stinky. So I can, I don't like the smell of the solvents. I don't like it at all. So I will just take these little beauties right here. Let me zoom you guys back out so you can see what's happening. So I'll take these guys. I am thinking might be beneficial for fiddly pieces. It would be easier than trying to get everything on a brush. So I would just going to take the varnish mist semi-gloss and just one. Is it clogged? Nope. Just need to press hard. And then that's it. Set those aside. Let it dry. And there you go. Okay? So that is the dipping and chrome. Any questions on that before we move on to something else? Fun, right? I mean, so pretty and so fun. I mean, it's just the colors, the payoff is just awesome. It's just so satisfying every single time to do the chrome powders. I love it every single time. Okay, so we will let these guys dry off to the side. What if you change your mind after using the chrome? Can you paint over it? You probably could because it's not wax. So you probably could. I won't touch it right now, but it's not wax. So you could probably just prime it again and, you know, paint over it just like anything else. I think it would be just fine. So that was the transparent wax paste. All right, the Pentart transparent wax paste, the chrome powders, and the dipping paint. And I will put these in the description if you want me to, all the little sponge tips, you know, if you want. I think I've actually put them in there before, but sorry, I've been trying to shop. I meant the dipping paint might be easier for covering fiddly pieces. Yeah, I mean, maybe. The thing that, you know, with the dipping paint, like I have to, because you've got to dip that whole thing in there, and then I've got to, you know, I put it on and then I gotta hang it, and I gotta put it away, and I gotta wait 24 hours, and you know what I'm saying? So it to me, it's kind of a hassle, and you know, and it's thick. It's really thick, so if you were to paint it on and then wait, you know, and dry it, and you have to be careful because you don't want to burn the product, and where I can just get some gesso, slap on the gesso, transparent wax, and you're done. Yeah, it's too much work. For me, it's just too much. Again, though, personal preference. Maybe, you know, maybe that's something that you want to do. I don't know. All right, so what else do we want to take a look at? Like I said, we have all the flakes, because, you know, the flakes come in. The metallics not only come in flakes, but we also have them in the foil sheets, the metal leaf sheets, the decor foils. So that is that. So we'll put these over here. Okay, I'll stick with gesso. We can look at some. We can look at some clay stuff. Oh, somebody wanted mirror mist. Was that right? And then we have the vintage effect. We have the transfer. Well, this transfer comes in all different styles, right? They've got the express transfer, image transfer, transfer pin. Expand paste, moss effect. Guess we could play with mirror mist. Where's my bauble? Let's play with mirror mist. Okay, so I like mirror mist on a bunch of different things, right? So you can do mirror mist on, I haven't seen the sheets before. Do they work like gilding flakes? They do. It's just so do you want me to do that? I know there's a lag, so all right, so gilding flakes, right? We have the the colored flakes that come in. God, I can't even begin to tell you how many colors we have. Okay, we have colors upon colors upon colors upon colors. Okay, then if you want to also play with the sheets, we also have colored foils. We have metal leaf. These are decor foils. These are just bigger. Okay. So I will show you. Let's do, which one have I not played with yet? This one's not open. Oh, I haven't played with silver yet? Yeah. Let's look at this one. Okay. So we all know that, you know, the colored flakes, once you open the flakes, like, you need to make sure that you turn off the fans, and, you know, you're not breathing in too heavy, because, whoo, good grief, it's going up your nose for sure. Right? So my favorite, there is a metal leaf glue, okay, that you could use with these. My favorite is the decor glue tacky, though. I love, 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 love this stuff with the foil flakes or the metal leaf. Okay, so I am going to show you. This is a beautiful 3D frame from the Mix palette. And, you know, the Mix palette, she does the frame. She gives you the acetate and all that good stuff. But what I'm going to show you is how to use the sheets on this. As intricate as this is, we're going to use a sheet on that, and I'm going to show you what that's going to look like. Okay. Now, I warn you, if you use metallic flakes, you will find flakes everywhere for days. You're on Google? What are you buying? Oh my word, what are you buying? Good gravy. All right, so let's take this metal leaf. This is the Pentart metal leaf. There's 5 sheets in one of these, okay? Oh, yeah. Oh, thank you, Nicole. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Your lungs are pretty shiny there. Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay. So before I take out one of those, let's go ahead and get this. I've got products upon products. I've got all kinds of stuff. I was like, I don't know what they want to see today, so we'll just bring out stuff, and then we'll play with whatever they want. Okay, so the Decor Tacky Glue or the metal leaf glue, whichever one that you use, when you put it on, first of all, it's very, 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 very sticky as it is, but you want to, after you put it on, you want to wait just a few seconds for it to really get tacky. Okay, and I'm not going to use one of my most favorite brushes. Let's get this sucker. It's Random Wednesday. Okay, so let's go ahead and start putting this, and no, I'm not painting it white first, or for that matter, I'm not painting it rose gold or whatever that color is. If I were going to use the flakes, I would paint this first, okay? Because just in case I didn't get it everywhere, just in case. I'm pretty confident. You're afraid. I'm pretty confident, though, with this sheet. I'm going to lay it on here, and I'm going to get it where I put the glue. So when you use, oh, I have velvet powders out here, too, you guys. When you use velvet powders or when you use the colored flakes, I mean, I guess you could, it's good practice with all of these. You should probably use the base coat of the same color of whatever foil or velvet powder you're going to use. Just in case you miss a little spot, you know, it's not going to come through and show, you know, the brown color underneath. I was just looking at velvet powders. I could show you some velvet powders too, Miss Wanda. I told you, you guys tell me what you want to see, and I'm pretty sure I have it. I'm not on tomorrow, but tomorrow I will have the new LaBlanche molds. All right, so I'm just trying to get out the globs that are sitting down in there because so you'll be able to see everywhere that I missed. Okay, so like I said, this is pretty sticky. Okay, you see my so I love the Decor Tacky for, like I said, for velvet and for the flakes. I absolutely love it. I'm going to, though, get this off of my fingers because once I grab this sheet, it's going to stick to my finger. He is buying me something. Who is buying you something? Who's buying you something? Troy? No, Shelly. Okay, so let's get one of these sheets. Again, it comes with 5 sheets. I'm being gentle because there. Okay, this is the top. I can see it now. Because it's going to stick just like it just did. Okay, so let's get, that's what's coming through that we could see. I don't think that's going to be big enough on its own. I just want this one. And I'm very brave because, yes, I have my fan on. Oh, they're going to stick to me anyways. All right, anyway, so I'm just going to take this and I'm going to lay it right on there. Lay this one right at the top. And as you can see, it's already not as like crazy messy as, you know, the flakes yet. It will be. Once we start getting all of this off, you know, it's going to do the same thing. So let's tear some of this here. And I know there's something, I think that's all I missed. Stop. Stay. There we go. All right, let's cover this up. Okay. Test. Next, you could test out the rainbow paste. Oh, yeah. The rainbow paste. I'm thinking you mean this? That rainbow paste? Sheesh, I spent 3 days figuring out which premium molds I can buy. Could afford 3, so I could afford 3, so days later decided on 3 I could use. Oh yeah, see. Yep, could not do the foaming stuff. I have a tendency to lick things off my finger. Okay, so now I'm just gonna get one of these brushes. Now I'm going to go through and I'm going to really push down to make sure that I have, see a little bit of push down and make sure that the foil is stuck to where it needs to be stuck to. And obviously this middle is all going to come out. Okay, push that down. Feel some sticky in here, so I'm just going to put that down on there and push that. So it's a little easier to work with, in my opinion, than the flakes. But, you know, again, it's all going to be personal preference. Either way, it's going to be, you know, the flakes are going to fly. So, all right. So now I'm going to literally just start pushing it down everywhere. No rhyme or reason, because it's going to stick. If there's some tacky, it's going to stick. All right, now let's get off what needs to come off. So I'm not digging into this with the brush. I'm literally just swirling. And I'm going to come to the back because there's some that is wrapping that needs to come off. What do you got now? Shelly says that you're buying her something, and I want to know what it is. Huh? You in cahoots with Shelly? Huh? Oh. You got headphones on and ear pods. I know. I see you. You look kind of cool there, buddy. Okay, so yeah. Hi, Callie. Oh, what are you buying us? Oh, Lord. So, as you can see, it's very pretty. Not so many flakes flying around, but all the same, it's still, you know. Now, I can sit here and get it all off, but you guys get the gist. So here is what we started at, and now it's covered with the foil. Okay. Pretty easy. Nicole says hi, Choi Choi. I know, I see you. You're too cool with your ear pods. I know. No, they're on. I promise. See? They're on. Okay, so that is that. It's pretty easy. Like I said, the sheets are just, you know, they're easy. Nothing, you know, nothing. Trust me, if you gave him a shopping list, he would probably he'd find it. I'm pretty sure. All right. Any questions on that? Or are we good on the gold, the flakes and stuff? I could make a list, all right? I bet you could. All right. What should we do? Do we want to use the mirror mist now? Or what time is it? 2 o'clock. Okay. Do we want to use the mirror mist? Terry, I was in such shock the other day. What am I getting from Teresa? I kind of blanked out after a while. I know I'm getting Santa Claus. Oh, I'm not sure what she has in that bag, Beth. I know there was a lot of good stuff in there, though. But I'm not sure what's in that bag. Oh, heck. Me too. And he could probably do a lot just at home. No, don't send them links. Because then they would really end up buying everything. Crazy. Okay. All right. So I was shopping on Amazon until 1 a.m. I could have used Troy's help. Trust me. He would be. It's funny because he will show me his cart, and it's crazy to me how he finds all the things and puts them in his cart, because I don't help him. And mind you, he doesn't spell or any, but he will find all his phone cases. He will find all his plugs and cords and everything else. I mean, it's bananas to me. I love it. I love it. Okay. I guess we're going to play with a little bit of the mirror mist. So this is the mirror mist for the plastic. I have just half of a bauble that we can use. I have the other half here, but that's the one without the ridge. And then I have some, yeah, I know. And then I have some aluminum foil here. Let's make a little, because I don't use the mirror mist as a spray. with this. You can if you want to. I don't use it that way. I usually use it with the little brush or with the aluminum foil. So mirror mist is just what it is. You know, you can create a mirror effect. So I've done like faux mirrors when I've done jewelry boxes in the past. I've used some like scrapbook paper and then made, you know how they have frames in scrapbook paper, and then I've made like mirrors. I've put mirror mist on in there, put it on some acetate, and then made it look like a frame. So you can do a lot of fun stuff with mirror mist. So so I am going to just take some and loosely scrunch it up. Okay. Just like that. All right. And then I'm going to shake up my mirror mist, making sure that I'm using the one in the teal box, which is for plastic. Yeah, could you imagine mirror mist in your lungs? That would be strange. Very strange. Okay, then I'm going to pour a little bit of this in here. It's going to make a mess. You know what? It always does this to me. I don't want to make a mess. I don't want to make a mess. So you would do everything in reverse. So what you want to see first, last, you know. So I'm just going to dip the foil in there. And I'm just going to press it. I don't know. It probably would, Sue. You're kind of funny. Oh, there's a hole in my foil. You can see it. So I might as well just use what's on my desk now before it sticks. So as you can see what's happening on the other side, it's getting reflective, but I don't want it all over, and I'll show you why. We're going to put and you could put as much or, you know. But like I said, this in baubles, oh, I love it at Christmas time. So I'm doing it on the inside so that the outside is what's reflective, right? Creating the mirror. All right. So let's toss that. Spray some. Oh, let's do this. Okay, I'll get the rest of that up later. All right. So let's see. I don't know. We've got all kinds of lights. We've got the box lights and everything else to deal with. But once I get the color in, you'll be able to see So we're going to dry this a little bit. Remember to be careful when you're drying because this is plastic. Not seeing it done like this, I just spray and run it around the surface to cover. Yeah, I like this, the effect that it does. Okay, and then let's get some acrylic and then see what kind of paint we can do in here. Let's get a sponge. Yeah, I don't use the spray. I don't think I've ever used the spray on these mirror mists. And I'm just going to take this color, which is the delicate metallic greenish silver, and I'm going to cover all of it. We'll dry this a little bit. Why, thank you. And there you go. Can you see that? Let's turn this one off. And this one off. So you can see me reflecting here in the mirror, but so that dabbing from the aluminum gave it that, you know, effect of that. Cool. So just one of the ways that you can use mirror mist. I mean, again, you can use it for what, you know, it's intended and, you know, create a mirror, or you can, you know, do fun things like that. But like I said, I love doing like an effect like this, but proper old mirror effect. Love it. Cool thing. Yep, it is pretty cool, right? So that's mirror mist. Pretty easy peasy. Nothing big. Like I said, if you wanted to use this spray, you know, you could. I either use it with a brush or with foil, or you know, I just use it in different ways. But that's what's the fun part about, you know, products, is there's so many different ways to use things. Yeah. Like the mercury glass. Yep. Yep. So cool. I love it. Oh man, doggone boss. Go away, boss. It's crafting time. What's wrong with you? Okay. Oh, wrong button. Okay, so do you want to see velvet powders, Miss Wanda, or what are we doing next? Do we want to see some clay stuff? clay and molds, or are we done for today? I guess we have about 10 more minutes, but because if there isn't anything else, I had ornaments that look like that. They were my great-grandmother's. Oh, how cool. That's cool. You want to see the velvet powders? Ow, I keep cracking my knee. All right. So here are some of my velvet powders. I keep hitting my knee on the side where one of my doors are on my desk, and oh, every single time. Velvet powders, unless you need to go, we could do. Oh no, this won't take long. We still have few. What did I do? I made it real dark. Okay, so let's look at some velvet powders. I have some really fun, these are just paint swatches from the mixed palette. They look like paint splatters. So, again, the mixed palette. So now I did say earlier that if you're going to do velvet powders, to make sure that you paint the base the same color, just because if you miss a spot, you don't want to have, it standing out. And because once you put the velvet powder on, it's, going to be hard for you to paint it again. So let's do, I don't care what color. We just need a matching color. So what do I have down here? Oh, well, right when I open my drawer, I have a red. Ugh, open. And I have blue. We have, oh no, I have a blue that will match that much better. Let's just pick any old one. All right. Oh no. Okay. Oh, thank you for putting the mixed palette in there. All right, so let's just paint one of these before we put down the velvet powder. Again, you just want to be able to, don't spot on me. You just want to be able to, assure yourself that okay, now here's a question that Kelly Cat was asking earlier. I should be priming this first, but just for time purposes and because it's not going to be a project per se, I'm just going to paint it. But I should, typically any other time I would have primed that first with gesso or the acrylic primer. All right, let's dry this really quickly. And then we'll put some tacky glue on. And we will put some velvet powder on. Hi, Ari. You want to see cartwheels? What did I miss? What do you mean cartwheels? Okay, good enough. Let's take again the decor glue, tacky, and we will put on a layer of this. So I'm thinking on Friday, we'll play with some resin and clay. And then if you guys have anything else that you want to put in the message when I post the event of something else that maybe you thought of that you want to see, we could do that. I'm just going to dry it a little bit, speed it up a little bit because we still want it to be tacky. Okay, so I'm going to take my little spoon and I'm going to take this velvet powder. And if you can see, the velvet powder, it comes like, it looks like it's crumbly. You see that? So when you put it on, you're going to work that out, basically. When you press it down on there, you're going to work it out. I did like and share, by the way. Okay, thank you, Marcia. Yeah, we'll do, remember this Friday, we're going to do, spin that wheel twice since Betty was being amazing and passed it on. So now I'm just going to put that velvet powder down, and then, like I said, it is, you'll see like it's a little bumpy, if you will. I don't know what better word to use. Just work those out, because that's not how you want it to look, because they will smooth down. It's just, it's, you know, collected and together. I'm just using the back of my spoon to move it around. So I'm just using like little circular motions just to spread out the product. Get a little bit more for here. Yes, I want to play with those new molds on Friday, because they're supposed to be here tomorrow. So I might as well play with them with you guys. I will wait to break into them until Friday. We can open them together and put some resin in them and some clay. Let's do a little bit here. And this is fun for, you know, it literally feels, you know, it's got that soft feel, the soft touch to it. Feels like the velvet. I've put this, I've used glass paste and put this on a frame on the outside, you know, on the glass part of the frame. It was so cool. I did a mold, or a stencil, because the glass paste dried transparent, and so then I used the velvet powder on it, so it was a really neat effect. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can tell the because I'm doing it on some places on purpose. So right here, it's velvet powder there, but it's a thin layer. But that's why I'm saying, I mean, I could add more, but just for the purposes of telling you, you want to make sure you do paint the same color, so that way you can kind of, you know, see if it does come through, it's not that big of a deal because the color is the same. Does that make sense? You know, it's not like staring at you with that color underneath there. So I'm trying to, there it goes. All right, so, but yeah, it's very furry. I love the texture of it. I don't know if you guys can even see it, how it is, but it's furry. But it's fun to play with. Like I said, you know, just depending on like what effect you're using it for. Again, you probably don't want to have, and I'm just turning it over and putting it in the excess so that anything that's still sticky, it will pick up. Of course, you would not, you know, need to put any varnish or anything on top of that. You can't do anything. You can't put anything wet on it because it'll mess up the velvet powder. So the powder sticks to the decor tacky glue. Because remember, I painted it, and then I put the decor tacky glue on, and then I put the velvet powder. Okay, so the powder's not sticking to the paint; it's sticking to the decor tacky glue. Okay, so okay, Shelly. Yeah, we're wrapping up here anyway. So anyhow, so that is yeah, so you have to use the tacky glue. The only reason why I said to paint it was just in case like you missed some spots, or if it was thinner in some areas, it wouldn't be like an eyesore of, you know, a mismatch of like, oh, okay, now you can see white underneath or something like that. So, you know, that's the only reason why I say like it's good. It's just good practice to paint it the same color. So anyhow, of course, so we did a little bit of velvet, a little bit of color flakes, some mirror mist, some dipping paint, chrome powders. So if, like I said, I'm supposed to have the new molds tomorrow. So if they do come, we'll play with some resin and some glue. And then if you guys think about anything else that you want to see, just put it in the comments of the description, or the comments of the event when I post it tomorrow, and then I'll pull out some of that stuff too. Oh, you're welcome, Sheila. No problem. Oh, you're welcome, Carol. Thank you for being here. Of course, you know, and it's just fun because sometimes you see the stuff and you see people use it, but sometimes they're moving so fast, and then if you get it, you're not real sure what to do with it, or like it doesn't work for you because you're not you know, because it went so fast. So that's why I wanted to kind of do these so you can stop me and say, wait, whoa, 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 whoa. Like, I go back, do it again. Or this is what I did and it's not working. I'm not seeing a crackle with the Pentart fine line crackle. What am I doing wrong? Terry, I'm not seeing a crackle with the Pentart fine line crackle. What am I doing wrong? So you just did the fine line, Kathy, and it didn't work. That's what you're saying, I think, right? And you, no, I want to. I'm gonna go look. I'm gonna go look right after this. After this, I'm gonna go look. So, Kathy, tell if that's what you mean. I did both steps and it's been sitting for a day. So when you did step 1, you used a clean, dry brush, and then did you accelerate it, or did you leave that to dry? And then come back with step 2 and a clean, dry brush, and now you've left it and it's drying. Is that what you did it exactly like that? Or did you accelerate the drying at all? Yes, I used accelerate. All right. Why don't you message me, private message me, and we'll walk through it together to see what happened. Thank you. I will, Kimberly. You're welcome, Susan. Okay. Alrighty, everybody. So Friday, we have Happy Mail giveaway. We're going to pick 2 winners because Betty said that she was just going to pass it on. So we'll have 2 winners on Friday. We will hopefully look at the new molds. So we'll do some resin tips, some clay tips, and then anything else that you guys want to see. And I don't know where my mouse is. Oh, here it is. You're welcome, Sue. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in a couple days. So thank you for being here. I appreciate you, and I'll talk